Have we discussed about the epidermis?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I told you that epidermis is the protective structure which protects the plant from the mechanical injury. It also protects the internal parts of the plant from the invasion of parasites, and also it helps in the prevention of water loss. Now there is one more along with the epidermis. When the plant becomes older enough, there it gets it is covered with the cell that is called as cork. It's covered with a tissue which is called as cork. It's also it is also that type of tissue that which help in protecting the plant, which also provide the protection to the plant. It is harder enough, right? The characteristic of cork is that all the cells of the cork tissue are dead, right? They don't have any intercellular space. You can see that if these cells are arranged, they are arranged without any intercellular space, right? They are arranged without any intercellular space. These are the cells of the cork, which protect, once the plant becomes older enough, it protects the plant. The cell walls are thick, right? Because they have a substance which is known as suberin, and it makes it impervious to the water and air. That is, it does not allow water and air to go in, right? Function is to provide the mechanical support to the plant, as well as it helps in protecting the plant, the older parts of the plant. Like it is found beneath the tree, it is found in the woody stem. When the stem becomes hard enough and it becomes woody, it gets covered with the it is having the cork, right? Cork tissue. This was all about the cork. Now we are going to discuss about another type of plant tissue, that is complex permanent tissue. But before I discuss about the complex permanent tissue, I once again like to sum up along with your help that what are the different types of tissue which are present in the plant. If I write down plant tissue are of how many types? Come on, give me the answer. Plant tissue are of how many types? Broadly, they can be two.
Two.
One is
Meristematic.
Meristematic and permanent.
And permanent.
Yes. And permanent tissue. T. I will write down rather than I will write. Then meristematic tissue are of how many types?
Three.
Three types.
Three types. Very good. One is
Apical meristem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem.
intercalary and lateral. Why? Okay. Then if I talk about the permanent tissue again are of two types. What are the types?
Simple permanent tissue, complex permanent tissue.
Now how they are differentiated? What is the differentiation between the simple permanent tissue and complex permanent? How they are different from each other? In simple permanent tissue, the cells are alike. All the cells of simple permanent tissue are alike. Alike in each and every aspect. They are having similar shape, they are having similar size, they are having similar function. But in complex permanent tissue, the cells are of different type. Simple permanent tissue are how many is of? Can be divided into how many types? Yes. Simple permanent tissue can be divided into how many types? Come on. Yes, Arpit. Simple
Ma'am,
pulmonary
3.
tissue. Bolo. Yes. 3. Yes.
Ma'am, parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma.
Yeah, it is parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Now, the complex permanent tissue are of two types. One is xylem and one is phloem, right? And here in the permanent tissue, we are having the one also, that is protective tissue, right? Protective tissue again are of two types. One is epidermis and one is cork, right? About which we have already discussed. Okay. So I was asking, today we are going to describe about the complex permanent tissue. Just now I told you that the major difference between the simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue is of the types of cells. In simple permanent tissue, all the cells are alike. एक जैसी होती है सारी cells. But in complex permanent tissue, the cells are quite different from each other. The cells are different from each other. Like there are more than one type of cell, but all of them function together to perform a particular task. To do a particular work, all of them work together, but they are different from each other, right? That is why they are classified as complex tissue, because they are made up of more than one type of cell, but they work together to perform the task, right? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now complex permanent tissue are of two types. I have told you xylem and phloem. Xylem comprises of four types of cells. Xylem comprises of four types of cells. And what are the cells? The cells are trachea, vessel, xylem parenchyma, and xylem sclerenchyma. Okay, now if I talk about this, that just a moment. You can see a leaf in my hand. Okay, why is it green? Why the leaf is green?
Ma'am, due to chlorophyll.
Due to chlorophyll, okay. Chlorophyll is present in the chloroplast. And what is the function? What is the function?
Ma'am, to help in the process of photosynthesis.
Okay, very good. It helps in the photosynthesis. Okay. It helps in the process of photosynthesis. That is, it helps in the synthesis of food. During the process of photosynthesis, glucose is produced. Glucose is manufactured by the leaves, right? But if I allow the water to fall on this leaf, if I allow the water to fall on this leaf, will it enter into the leaf body?
No, ma'am.
Then,
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
okay, water is required for the process of photosynthesis. If the water does not enter in through the leaves, then how do the water reach to this leaf?
Through the
Ma'am,
roots.
through the roots.
From the roots through. Kiske through? The tissue is called as
Ma'am, roots.
from the roots, the water is absorbed by the roots, but it reaches to the different parts, the aerial parts of the plant through the tissue, which is known as xylem. Okay? You always root the water of the, you always water the roots of the plant. Why? Because water will be absorbed by the roots. Then how it reach to the aerial parts, how it reach to the leaves? It reaches to the leaves through the xylem, right? Like you must have seen that how is it that the water from underground, if you are pumping out water from the underground, how is it reaches to the overhead tank which is there on your on the rooftops of your houses? How the water from ground reaches to the tanks, overhead tanks? Yes? Come on, give me the answer.
Pipe.
Yes. Have not you seen that how the water from the ground floor reaches to the upper floors and all? What is your observation? I want your observation. How have you seen?
Ma'am, yes.
How?
And through motor.
Yes, with the help of water through pipeline. Isn't it that water will move through the pipeline? Right? When you switch on the motor, it pumps the water from the ground floor to the overhead tank through the pipes, right? Then even the same way, the water from the roots to the leaves reaches through the xylem tissue. Now what is xylem tissue? Let me show you. Xylem comprises of 4 types of cells. One is tracheas, one is vessel, one is xylem parenchyma, and one is xylem sclerenchyma. They are also together. Xylem and phloem is called as vascular tissue or vascular bundle. Now you can see to it that there is the diagram in which there are xylem is the different cells of the xylem are shown. There you can see that there is xylem trachea. You can also observe that there is xylem vessel, and you can also observe that there is xylem fiber. Right? Now one by one we are going to discuss about this. Where my cursor is lying at this moment, what is it? What is the name? Where my cursor is pointing? What is the name? This one. Come on, give it.
Midrib. Midrib.
No. It is. तो ये है ना नाम लिखा हुआ है. Here it is. Tracheas. It is called as tracheas. Right. Now, do you see the special type of arrangement at the ends? They are closed at the ends, but in conical way. These are called as tapering ends. What is it called?
Sapling ends.
T-A-P-E-R-I-N-G. Tapering ends. If we talk about the tracheas, the cells of trachea are dead. Cells of the trachea are dead and elongated. Elongated means that they are quite long tubular structure. They are the long tubular structure. If I draw it like this on the board, they are the long tubular structure with tapering ends. That their ends are closed in a conical fashion. Right? If the cells of trachea if the tracheal cells are dead, then what about their cell wall? Will they have thick cell wall or thin cell wall? You know when they cell, yes, dear, very much. They have thick cell wall. Why they have thick cell wall? Because of the presence of chemical lignin. They are lignified with the lignin, right? And where they are found? They are found in the vascular bundle, and main function is to help in the conduction of water. from roots to the aerial parts of the plant. Okay. So the water moves through the trachea to the aerial parts of the plant. Along with the trachea, there is vessel. You can see here where my cursor is lying. This is called as vessel membrane. It is also tubular structure. It also is a tubular one. It is present in the duct form, that is, it is present in the pipe-like form, right? But they have open ends. Their ends are open. Function again to help the water and minerals to conduct from roots to the aerial parts of the plant. Xylem fiber. What about the ends of the xylem fiber? What are the ends of the xylem fiber? Yes, Diya. Unmute yourself and speak up. Khushi Yadav, can you tell me about the ends of the plant fiber? The ends are, come on. Just now I told you where the ends are closed in a conical fashion. What is it called? Which type of ends it have?
Conical.
No, just now I told you it is tapering ends. There are tapering ends of trachea as well as fiber. Xylem fiber both contain tapering ends. Please pay attention for I say. The ends are tapering. With the tapering ends, both are having tapering ends. Tapering, tapering ends. Okay. Again, the cells or the fiber cells are dead. The fiber cells are dead and long. So if they are dead, what about their cell wall? Yes, Avantika, what about the cell wall of the fiber? Will it be thick or thin? Yes, Arpit, what about the cell wall?
Ma'am, thick.
It is thick. Why it is thick? Yes, Gurnur Kaur. Gurnur.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are the cell walls of fiber thick? Xylem fiber thick? Who can give me the answer to this?
Ma'am, to protect.
No, this protect. I am saying.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Due to the presence of chemicals.
Due to the
Cells are dead.
chemical called lignin. Due to the deposition of the chemical called lignin. The ends are tapered. They are having tapering ends. It is there to, what is its main function? It is there to provide the mechanical support to the xylem. So that xylem can go and reach to the different parts. It provides mechanical support to the xylem. Right? So thus, there is one more type of cell which make up the xylem tissue, that is xylem parenchyma, and the xylem parenchyma helps in storing of the food. Xylem parenchyma helps in storing of the food. But the main function of xylem is to help in conduction of water from the roots to the aerial parts of the plant. Is it clear? Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the another type of complex permanent tissue, which is known as phloem. Which is known as phloem, or it is called as VASP. VASP. Okay. Now my question to you is that where is the food synthesized during the process of photosynthesis?
Ma'am, in the leaves.
Very good, in the leaves. Do the roots also produce the food?
No, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am.
Is it stem also produce the food?
Yes.
The non-green parts, all the non-green parts will not be able to prepare the food because they don't have the chlorophyll, right? Do roots require the food for their growth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Food is prepared in the leaves. Food is prepared in the leaves. Then how do the food reach to the different parts of the plant?
Ma'am, phloem.
Through the phloem. Very good. It is another type of tissue through which the food reaches to the different parts of the plant. Again, it comprises of 4 types of cells. What are the 4 types of cells? The 4 types of cells are sieve tube, right? Let me show you. They are sieve tube, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem what?
Fibers. Phloem fibers.
Phloem fiber. One by one we will be able to just discuss about. Where my cursor is lying, what is this tubular structure called?
Ma'am, sieve tube.
Yes, it is sieve tube. It is also known by sieve element. It is known by sieve tube or sieve element. It is cylindrical. The cells are cylindrical cells. Okay. Function. Main function of the sieve tube is to help in conduction of food from the leaves to the different parts of the plant, to the roots, to the stem, to the branches, to the non-green parts of the plant. Okay. It is helped by who? How do the food move? It moves through the sieve tube. Okay. Along with the sieve tube, there are the cells. What are these cells called?
Companion cells.
Companion cells. Okay. Companion cell helps the sieve tube in conducting the food. Companion cells are staying always with sieve tube. It helps the sieve tube in conduction of the food. In conduction of the food material from
Ma'am, leaves.
yes, from leaves to the different parts of the plant, right? You can see that what is this? Where my cursor is showing. What is it called?
Fiber.
Now it is phloem fiber. How are the ends?
Tempering.
Ma'am, tapering.
They are tapering ends. They are having tapering ends. Can you tell me about it is dead tissue. Xylem fiber is dead. So cell wall is
Thick.
thick. Cell wall is thick due to the deposition of lignin. Now, why is it there? It is just to provide the mechanical strength to the plant. It is to provide the mechanical strength to the plant. Right? There is phloem fiber. Now, phloem fiber helps in providing the mechanical strength to the plant, and phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma helps in storing of the food. The parenchyma cells which are present in the phloem help in storing of the food, right? Because each and every component of the food which is manufactured by the leaves will not be, the plant will not be able to utilize it. If plant is not able to utilize it, then it will be stored, right? Then it will be stored, okay? Yes. Are you able to listen